All right, so earlier this semester we had some marks of a good song leader. I'd like to just give you some guidelines today, some guidelines of song leading. And then from here on out, we'll actually grab our hymnals. I don't see hymnals today, that's fine. But after today, we for sure want hymnals because we'll actually kind of lead through some stuff. And then later on, we'll actually get a pianist to come and we'll practice leading with an actual pianist. Okay, so some guidelines for song leading. First of all, importance. The first thing is leadership under importance. Leadership in this area of song leading. Leadership. Just so that it's not a haphazard, that you get people doing things at the same time. If we all got together and decided, let's worship God and well, it's just like kids, right? You ever go on a bus with a bunch of teenagers and somebody wants to sing this song, but somebody else wants to sing this song, and at the front of the bus they're singing this song, and finally somebody might give way, or they just keep singing the different songs. Can you imagine a church service like that? Just a portion of the church service erupts into one song, but this section over here doesn't want to sing this song. It's kind of nice for one guy to stand up and say, all right, let's sing this. And the instruments are all doing the same thing. Leadership. And then communication. To be able to tell the people what we're going to do, and then communicate how fast to do those things. It's nice to communicate ahead of time with your instrumentalists so they know. So importance. All right, then number 2, approach. You want to approach with confidence. So there you are, and you're sitting down, and church is about to start. You want to approach with confidence. Kind of walk up and act like you have somewhere to be, and that's where you have to be. You don't want to, just like I told the ensemble, not to, okay? You want to move. It's not a race, but you also need to move with confidence. So you have people following you, but the song leader should be able to walk up and, all right, please grab your songbooks. Let's turn to page number 325. Let's stand together and sing these beloved words, something like that. You give some confidence there. Then purposeful. One note here that we have here is not to necessarily just kind of go up to the podium while the prelude is finishing up, and you're just kind of just waiting. And then finally, okay, I guess she's done. Let's turn now to, all right? So that's the second thing on approach. Thirdly, on speaking. First of all, use correct pronunciation. So that you're definite. You're not using slang while you're up there. You're not lazy. Sometimes we want to say, give me 25 of those. Give me 25 of those, or something like that. Okay, you don't want a 20. Let's turn to 320. All right, make it 20. Let's turn to 327. 327 in your songbooks. Once you've found that, please stand with me, and we'll sing these words. Would you grab your songbooks, and we're gonna try to work on good, definite pronunciation, clear, and then good inflection. Try to speak with some naturalness and some vitality. I know myself, I get to racing when I'm in front of the congregation. I need to make myself slow down. Then when I get to racing, when I was auctioneering, everyone says when I'm trying to talk, my pitch raises way up. When I'm speaking quickly and talking, I'm like, you have to make yourself slow down and speak more naturally. And I know that's something I'm guilty of. And then proper projection. Not shouting. There's no need to shout. You have the microphone right there. Making sure, though, that that you're speaking to the entire room and that everyone can hear you. Even the person furthest away should know what you're saying. And then number 4, eye contact. Eye contact. Especially when they're looking at you. I know I'm pretty tall, so sometimes the hymnal's way down there, and you've seen me. I think sometimes I'll grab the hymnal and hold it up here, and I can even come around for a minute and kind of try to stir up some of the sections, and then I kind of come back. And if I need to say something, or if I need to lead through, because you lead with your voice as well. If you're going to slow something down, the people can hear you slowing with your voice, and they can sense. You can do it with your hand, but you do a lot of leading with your voice as well. This morning I had some mouthwash in, and my kids were having and I was going to walk out and spit it into the grass. So I'm like walking through, and my 2 daughters were bickering, trying to give, trying to give them the eye, communicate, but I couldn't talk because my mouth was full of mouthwash. So, but with eye contact, there are some times where they need to see. They'll be looking up at the beginning, okay? The pianist will be going, but then she'll even look up at certain times, but not the whole time. They need to see you at the beginning and at the end. At the end, they want to see where you're going to do one of these numbers, and then with the next verse, you bring them in. If you're going to hold it a little bit longer, then bring in the next verse. So they're watching at the end. The beginning of the chorus, sometimes there's a hold at the end of the verse, and then you're going to jump into the chorus, and so you want to be clear with those that are watching. So you're giving people some eye contact. And then the beginning of phrases, sometimes they're watching. Okay, with your eye contact, be inclusive, but not too particular. You're not just watching one person at a time. You're kind of looking at everybody. All right, what we're going to do now is we're going to stand, and you're kind of looking all around. Okay, and then some bad habits of eye contact, again, would be if you can't look away from one spot in particular. I remember one lady was doing a solo, and the range was too high for her, and her voice was kind of shot a little bit. And so my wife and I happened to be sitting in the middle, and I remember she was locked onto the 2 of us, almost like, please give me looks of encouragement. And we're like, trying to be as encouraging as we could, because the notes were high and her voice was kind of worn out. Must have been cold season or something, and so she's struggling up there, and we're trying to give her some support. But I remember we felt like we're the only 2 people in the whole congregation. Ceilings and walls, sometimes people will look up and see people look down. I saw some of that this morning in speech class with the prose speech, where people remember that's the memorized one, where they're trying to remember their lines, and so they're looking up to try to recall those lines. Some people might do just the eyes. The head isn't moving. Or maybe the head moves. There needs to be a nice blend of both. The head and the eyes be able to look around a little bit. Okay, and then posture. Posture, this is number 5. Stand erect, don't slouch. And try to get your head up out of the music. If you have to even, like I said, hold the songbook up, that might be a good thing. And then your arm raised, not too high. Your shoulder will actually wear out. If you can keep your elbow to your side, your bicep's pretty strong. You can do some of this, and then use your shoulder some, but you don't want to be doing everything at the shoulder. Your arm will wear out. You think, well, I've got strong shoulders. You'll be surprised how quickly your arm wears out if you're doing everything at the shoulder. You kind of go, all right, and that's fine to raise it. Okay, here we go, and la da 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 da. You try to do a lot of it right here, because again, your bicep, this movement we do a lot, your arm, but this, a lot of the doing it up here, it can wear you out. So And then the hand, not in a fist, open and relaxed and not changing too much, but I think open is very nice. Because if you're like this, it seems like the people will, if this is rigid, the people will sing rigidly. Like, redeemed, how I love to proclaim it, redeemed by the blood of the Lamb, redeemed through, you just kind of, or maybe you have a, even if I have a baton for some reason, I like to open my hands like this. And if I'm doing the orchestra, something like that. Try to keep the hands open. It just promotes just relaxing and enjoying the music and taking a deep breath, a relaxing breath. All right, and then rapport. This will be number 6, rapport. Rapport. Maybe you can give us the first line of the music, not just the title every time. Also, secondly, don't chide the congregation all the time. Come on, you can do better than that. You ought to be able to sing like you, come on, that was not good. Let's do that first verse again. Okay? Compliment good singing. Don't bore the congregation. Again, the idea of not probably even doing the exact same thing every time. I have this little routine I go through when announcing a song, and it's kind of long and it never varies. Also, don't force tempos. Don't force tempos. So if there's something, if you want to do it just like this and the congregation isn't quite responding, don't fight with them. Just kind of allow them to sing. Now you do want to be the song leader, but don't lord your position over God's flock. Kind of right there. Again, sometimes if the congregation enjoys singing it this way, you ought to let them sing it that way some. If they do this rhythm, the church has always sung it this way. Well, figure out the way they always sung it and give into that some. If at some point you want to make a change, you might say, well, we've always done it this way, but if there's no reason why, even just or whatever, there's something in there where they love the song and they do the rhythm this way, and you're like, oh, that's not quite what it says. Or maybe you change hymnals, and the old hymnal, the rhythm was a little bit different, but they love that rhythm. Just let the church enjoy some singing to some degree. All right, and then number 7, motion. Motion. Here, there's kind of a place where you almost imagine that there is a table in front of you, and your hand is kind of coming down at 1. We'll give you some beat patterns next time, but 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So as you're directing, there's an imaginary place where each of your beats is coming to. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. And you can vary from that some. Ya ta ta ta, ba da 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 da, ya da da da. If da 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 da, if it's somewhere up there, sometimes I'll kind of do my beat up here, but mostly so that people kind of know the tempo of the beat you're giving, and so your hand is kind of going to. It's not. It could be anywhere. The balance is anywhere. So there's some sort of a place where your hand is. Okay. There should be a definite motion for each beat. If all else fails, you can even bounce the basketball, even like this. Even if you're just kind of going back and forth a little bit, you can kind of even do one of these numbers and just keep it going. Maybe a circular motion. Something like that. Just keeping the beat. Okay. And then some specifics here. The first beat is always down in front of your body. So if it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. The last beat is always up in front. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if it's in 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So up in front of the body and then 1. If it's 3, it's 1, 2, 3. So that the last beat comes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So 1, and then the last beat always 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then to have the hand up here is it's preparing everybody for that good strong 1, you know. And va da 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 ya da 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 ba da 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 da. Okay, so kind of to get everything up there, almost like going up the roller coaster. Click 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 click. You're going up there and you're preparing for the woof. Okay, so you're kind of doing one of these each measure. At the very end, your hands are up again, and then it's bam to the as you go through that. The second to last beat is always away from the body. So, so even if it's the 1, 2, 1, this is away from the body. 1 or 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or even just 1, 2, 1 away from the body. 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, second to last. The last one's up in front and down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Should always have a preparatory motion. So with that, you're going to have some way where you're going to, as the song will begin, and we'll look at some of those things. As the song begins, you have a way to kind of get the audience ready for. So if we're doing, let's see, even Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. So if the pianist is introducing, bum pa pa da pa da 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 da, and then at the very end, da 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 da, bum pa da 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 da. All right, everyone. So you kind of you have a motion that prepares everybody. You're going to bum pa pa da 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 da. You see that before you even began? It's Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. And so that you can do a couple of things there. You can either hold it and keep beating, or just hold it. Like me, or you could even, like me, I once was lost, but now am found, was blind, but now I see. 'Twas grace that taught my... Okay, just even that little preparation. Bum, bum, ba, da, 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 da. Amazing Grace. Just a preparation there. Okay, so we'll get into these more. We'll start doing some song leading next class period. But basically you have, the basic patterns that you'll see in music are 1, 2, and 3. I'm sorry, 2, 3, and 4. Sorry, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then as you get into like 9, 8, where it's 9, 9, 8, often you're going to do that in 3. 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if it was slow, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you slowed that song way down and you wanted to be all 9 counts, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. You basically do sets of 3s. So 6 would be 2 sets of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 9 would be 3 sets of 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I would say make your pickup and your first beat a little more exaggerated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3. Make it more exaggerated. There actually are patterns for actual 6 and 9 and 12. They each have patterns, but they're so complicated that you're better off just doing sets of 3. All right, when we get back together, we'll do some song leading, and we'll keep going.